Alright guys, we've got a bit of a problem. How many of you remember this thing? This is our Netgear modem, router, Wi-Fi 6, magical doohickey that's supposed to do all the things. And, well, our Wi-Fi sucks. In fact, our Wi-Fi sucks so much, I have no clue how Ashton gets any work done out here because by the time you get to about here, even though it says you have signal, it just... What happens, Ashton?
Well, most of the time it kind of works, but a lot of times I'm not working on the internet, and anytime just go to the table and then it's really bad.
Yeah, that's like the corner of darkness over there. Like nothing happens over there. And you get out here and it's like it's a wonder we can stream anything. Legitimately, it's a wonder we can stream anything. So we're going to we're going to work on some wires and we're going to put the Wi-Fi in the middle and hopefully it fixes our dead spots because they're egregious.
They are.
They're really bad. So we actually need to make a stop at Home Depot because we need to pick up more of those RJ45 connectors because we don't have enough to put ends on all of our cables, and we need to make a few short cables because we're going to wire everything that we can. So that way all of our wire devices work just fine. And then hopefully centrally locating that modem, that router modem combo will fix our dead spot Wi-Fi issues. And I'm also going to write Netgear and figure out what the heck is up with this thing because it's just not working the way that it should. We did get like one of our first real snows the other night though, and ooh, that's not right. Let's just crank this sucker down. We did get one of our first real snows this weekend though, and it's still November, and there's still a lot of color-ish, and so it just looks crazy out here right now because you've got like white and orange everywhere. Alright guys, so we made it here. We're going to run inside real quick. We're going to grab what I need. We basically just need the ends. I'm pretty sure that's all we need. So we're going to pick up some of those. Then it's going to be back to the apartment and maybe work on the cables. I don't know. We've got a lot of stuff going on today. The last several weeks I've been kind of missing in action because I've been working on starting my photography business. It's been taking up a ton of time. I need to finish that. You know, we had to pick up some milk too because we need more hot chocolate. Alright, so we've got our connectors, we've got cable. We need to make at least one cable. We need one cable to go from the wall to our NVIDIA Shield, our streaming box. That may well be the only cable we need to make. Otherwise, we need to put a second receptacle in here. So we're going to switch out this phone one. We're going to replace that with a CAX80. And then we're going to be working in the box to, well, we're going to have to try to mount this sucker in there. And, we're going to have to pin out all of the cables in there, figure out where they go, and make sure we get everything going back where it belongs. And that is by far going to be the least enjoyable part of this whole experience. The great part about networking is it's fairly straightforward. And once you know what you're doing, it's really pretty simple. So we've got about a 3-foot piece of Cat5e cable right here, and we're going to turn this into a cable pretty easily. We've got our pass-throughs right here. All we've basically got to do is we take this cable, we just got to split it down a little bit, untwist the pairs, line them up properly. We're going to go with type B, I believe is the one we are wanting to use, and most of these pass-through things seem to come with a diagram, so you know exactly how to lay the cable out. We'll lay that out, stick it in, and then we got the crimper here. We'll just crimp that, and once we've done both ends, we've got a cable. Alright, so we'll go ahead, we'll just give this just a little bit of a cut on both ends, just enough that we can get inside here. I want to strip that down just enough. So we're definitely going to want further than that, but I just want to get it started here. So we're going to want to cut this down just enough that we can separate the pairs and have enough exposed that we can get it lined up and pushed into here. Alright, so we've got a bit over 1 inch exposed here. We've got our cables separated out in the order that we want them. We're trying to, at least trying to get them nicely spaced out here. So once we've got them spaced out, all we're going to have to do is kind of get them bunched together. I want to make sure they're as straight as we can get them. What we're going to do at this point is just try to flatten them all together. I'll bring these in, just try to basically just squish them all together here. We're just going to trim that end, and then we're going to put it into the pass-through here, and then we'll just crimp it, and this end will be good to go. And there you have an RJ45 CAT5E Type B plug. Alright, so here is the awful part. The awful part is we're going to have to figure out which one of these blue cables goes to that room. And unless, you know what, we might get lucky. We're going to get lucky in that these are actually paired at the top with what room they came from. So that's actually going to make it super easy for us. We just lucked out big time. So we've got to get ends on all these gray ones. Then we'll have to find our single blue one. We will remove, not you, you are our feed. This is our in. So this will go into the back of our modem. And we'll have to figure out how to get everything in here nicely. Probably want to try to vacuum it out in here some. How to get everything mounted, and hopefully it doesn't generate a bunch of heat. Hopefully everything stays nice and cool, and this will work all right. So let's get that happening. So I prematurely killed the internet. Oops. So we're gonna try to install this now because the Wi-Fi just went down way before I meant for it to. Because it turns out the white cable was the one I was wanting to trace, which means I am now completely lost. This is why you double check, guys. This is why you double check stuff. Because, you assume, and then you assume incorrectly, and then everything goes to pot. It's fine. It's great. Okay, we're gonna remove the stand off of this because the stand is too big to fit with the cover on. And so long as this thing doesn't get too hot in there, I'm gonna want the cover on. So we're gonna try this. Really, this thing isn't too warm feeling it, so hopefully it doesn't light on fire in there. Oh! It plugs in sideways. Are you kidding me? Who designed this? Fail! Are you kidding me? What? This is what I wanted to do. Whatever. Alright guys, well we've pretty well done it. We've actually got a hot mess over here. So we found the cable we needed for getting 2 connections to my room, which is progress. We really need 3, but we're just gonna have to make do with 2. We've got our servers plugged in, our servers plugged in, our computer's plugged in, the Shield TV is plugged in. So I think just about everything that needs to be plugged in is plugged in. I'm just waiting to hear back from one of my roommates about whether or not he wants a plug in his room or not. We're going to have to do something about this power brick, but otherwise I think this is all, I think it's sitting in here all right. Just need to do some cable management, and yeah, we'll have redone the network in here. We definitely have good signal out there now. I think my bedroom still has good signal, hopefully, I guess we'll find out. But it's just cleanup time. But thanks for tagging along, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So long.